Blessings, 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 beloved, to my Smurf and TikTok family. It is another opportunity and time to tick and talk. I am Mama Pam, aka Pamela Dobson. I do read, beloved, 7 minutes every day, so you do not have to read. Today's read is for Genesis, the 37th chapter, verses 9 through 36 and 38 through. Genesis 37:19 says, "And they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh." People try to take your dream. They don't want to hear about your dream because they ain't got no dream. So they be jealous and try to kill your dream. This resume I read Genesis the 37th chapter, the 9th verses, and it reads, "And he dreamed yet another dream, and told it his brethren, and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream more. And behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told it to his father and to his brethren, and his father rebuked him, and said unto him, What is this dream that thou hast dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brethren indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him. But his father observed the same. And his brethren went to feed their flocks in Sichem. And Israel said unto Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed the flock in Sichem? Come, and I will send thee unto them. And he said to him, Here I am. And he said to him, Go, I pray thee, see whether it be well with thy brethren, and well with the flocks, and bring me word again. So he sent him out of the vale of Hebron, and he came to Sichem. And a certain man found him, and behold, he was wandering in the field. And the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I seek my brethren. Tell me, I pray thee, where they feed their flocks. And the man said, They are departed hence, for I heard them say, Let us go to Dothan. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothan. And when they saw him afar off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. They gonna kill their brother. And they said one to another, Behold, the dreamer cometh. And now, therefore, come now, therefore, let us slay him and cast him into some pit. And we will say, Some evil beast has devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams. And Reuben heard it. He's the oldest. And Reuben heard it. And he delivered him out of their hands and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, Shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. And it came to pass, when Joseph was coming to his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty, and there was no water in it. And they sat down to eat. Ain't that a mess? Gonna kill their brother. Didn't do it, threw him in the... And they sat down to eat bread. And they lift up their eyes, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicy balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. And Judah said unto his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. And Reuben returned unto the pit, because he's going to check on his brother. And behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren and said, The child is not, and I, whither shall I go? And he took Joseph's coat and killed a kid of the goats and dipped the coat in the blood, and they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or not. And he knew it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. And Jacob rent his clothes, and put sackcloth upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted, and said, For I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt, into Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captain of the guard. Chapter 38. And so it came to pass at the time that Judah went down from his brethren, and turned into a certain Adulamite whose name was Hurrah. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. He raped her. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan. And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chiziz when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass that when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground. Whoever's listening, pulling out in the mix of sex is bad. God don't like it, because you're throwing away seed. Least that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord. Wherefore he slew him also. God can kill you for pulling out that seed. It's best keep seed to your body, unless you marry and then give it to your wife. That's where it goes. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house, till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, Lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted, and went up unto his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hurrah the Adulamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. So she put on her widow's garments. She put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Timnath. For she knew that Shelah was grown, and she was not given him to wife. So here we go. The tricksters, the genealogists continue to move on with the tricking and the tricking and the tricking. But she was sort of kind of justified in what she did, because father-in-law promised her the younger son, didn't give it to her, so she arranged and did it herself. All right. I want to say thank you for being a part of the SMRF family. We're SMRF International Ministry, 7-minute read family, 7-minute read followers, just 7-minute read faithful folk. We do broadcast live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, across 9 social media platforms. If we ever go down from any of them, you can pretty much always find us on YouTube and or Facebook Live at 7 p.m. under the name of Pamela Dobson. Any donation that the Lord lays upon your heart to bless us with would be greatly appreciated. I ask for $7 to $MamaPam23 and or paypal.me/Pamela Dobson. Now, Zelle is for Mackenzie Scott Jewett, a.k.a. used to be Bezo, who is giving away her millions of dollars to underprivileged people in our community. Sister Mackenzie, I am Mama Pam, and I desire to have a transitional home for young girls, African American, under the age of 18, who have either been human trafficked or have become pregnant and don't know where to go, don't know what to do. That's where I come in. I will love them, nurture them, teach them, and raise them up to be successful women in our society. But I need the money. $7 million will help me structure, build, and do everything I know to have a top-notch place for these young ladies. All right, looking for Sister Mackenzie. Until the next broadcast, you tick, you tock, I'm on the clock, I gotta go, and I gotta stop. Love you. God bless.